Hi guys, welcome back to Monday Macro. Okay, last Thursday, if you were watching, I left you on a bit of a cliffhanger as to which system I would be using. Well, I can confirm that I'm actually using the Canon system. I've gone for an older camera. I did look at the 5D Mark IV. Couldn't afford it, basically. And I think the first generation mirrorless cameras are not quite there for me yet. I do a lot of various different photography. It's not just one type of photography. So they need to cover a lot of angles. I've gone for just changing the system, getting used to the system. I've got myself a few lenses that I can play about with. I can get used to using a Canon camera. I've never used a Canon camera before. And I think it's a system that I can grow with as it grows as well. A few of you in the comments last week have put Nikon and various different other makes. And trust me, I looked at the D810, I looked at the D850, at the 5DSR, and they are all lovely cameras, but they're also very high megapixel cameras, which brings with it problems when you get to the laptop. My laptop wouldn't handle that sort of information. And what's the point of getting something like a 5DSR with a 50 megapixel sensor on it if you're going to just crop it down? You might as well just get a 5D Mark III or 4. So I couldn't afford the 4. Well, I couldn't afford a decent second-hand Mark IV. This is all second-hand stuff. And I spoke to a few people, and they said, for you, just go with the Mark III. Get used to it, and then you can progress. So that's the route I'm going down. So I've got the 5D Mark III. I bought with that the 100mm f2.8 macro lens. I've also got the 24-70 f2.8, the first one. I think it's the first generation. I say I'm new to Canon, I ain't got a clue. And I also managed to get the 100-400 f4.5 to 5.6. And it's a nice lens. It's fine. So that's the 3 lenses that I've got. That's what I'm working with. But like I said, mainly I changed systems because of the macro of this side of it. So while I've only just got the basic 100mm macro at the moment, there's a lot of options that are now open to me. I want the twin flash kit, which you can't get for the Pentax. You can get various different macro lenses for the Canon. Extension tubes that, with the autofocus function built in, you can't get those for the Pentax. Reversing rings that talk to the camera, you can't get those for the Pentax. All these different things make macro images a lot easier to take. So then that's why I've changed. I can go a lot closer, a lot deeper. I nearly bought the 65mm f2.8 1 to 5 times macro lens, and it was literally about 200 quid out of budget. I just could not afford it. But the fact that it's out there means that I can probably look at it at a later date, in the not too distant future, hopefully. So anyway, let's see what this Mark III can do. Canon Mark III can, 5D Mark III can do. Gone back to basics because, like I said, I need to get used to this camera. I've literally got it today, being Friday. I'm making this video now, ready for tonight, because I've got a busy weekend. Hopefully I should get a vlog out for Thursday, but I'm not promising. So if one isn't there, then it's just because I've had a busy weekend, getting used to a new camera, a lot going on, back to work, that sort of thing. So yeah. My wife's got some flowers. We've gone straight for the flowers. 100mm macro lens. I've got me ring flash or my ring light on the front. No pixel shift in this camera, but from what I've seen so far, I'm quite happy with it. So I've put this on a 10-second timer because my floor is a bit up and down here. I've got a wooden floor, so I'm going to take the shot. It's basically of a nice white flower that's fully out in bloom. I think it's a chrysanth. I've gone focused right in on the centre. The petals are all coming out. I'm not going to turn it into anything other than a photograph for you to see. And just like I say, I'm just getting used to this camera. First impressions, yeah, really like it. So we'll just let that take the photo. Let's move out of the way. So yeah, first impressions are, I actually really like it. And I'm sure it's something that I can definitely grow with. I think the second generation mirrorless cameras are probably where I'm going to step over. But it gives me time. It gives me something to aim for. But the adapters that they've got out for the cameras, it means that I can get an adapter and use the existing lenses that I'm building up now on a mirrorless camera when they come out. So let's have a look at this image. Okay, have a look and zoom in. On the back of the camera, that actually looks really, really nice. I'm really quite impressed, I must admit. I only ever shot Pentax, so it's going to take something special for me to like it. I think because of the drop-in resolution, this is only a 22.3 megapixel camera, as mine was a 36. This hasn't got the pixel shift. Well, obviously the pixel shift. This has got no in-camera stabilization. Mine had the 5-axis in stabilization. But I'm on a tripod, so that shouldn't make any difference with that sort of thing. So there's a lot of differences. There's a lot of bonuses with this one. There's a lot of negatives, but there was a lot of negatives with the Pentax, and they outweighed the bonuses in my eyes. So I'm going to get this on the laptop. If it's any good, I'm going to whack it up. But that's about it for this week. I just wanted to let you know what I'm using, let you know what I've gone with, and it's something I can build on now. So I'll put an image up at the end. So if you've liked it, give it a thumbs up, give it a share. If you haven't yet subscribed, then please consider doing so. And hopefully I'll see you on many more Macro Mondays from now on. See you next week. Bye for now.